All right. Good morning, everyone who has joined this space. I am Raphael. I welcome you to a fresh episode of Blockchain World, a program designed by Diaspora Digital Media in consonant with Digital Asset Management Academy, DAMA. Now, this program is in existence to address uh, knowledge vacuum in the arena of digital assets. In essence, blockchain affords you the golden opportunity to acquire vast amounts of knowledge about digital assets such as cryptocurrencies, how to manage them, and eventually use these assets to create wealth. In the last episode, we learned about how to keep our digital assets safe from hacks and theft. We learned about hardware wallets, which experts say was the safest type of wallet to store your crypto assets. We also grabbed a number of ways to protect our crypto exchange accounts, including the use of strong passwords, two-step authentication, or should I say verification, use of SMS and email. And then in addition, we were encouraged to observe some precautions such as avoiding public Wi-Fi, updating our apps, avoiding unsolicited messages, and then the use of VPN, virtual private network, and also being familiar with the crypto exchange. So today is going to be a great one and unique because we are having a fresh topic within the same field of digital assets. And this topic is none other than bull market in cryptocurrency. The bull market in cryptocurrency. We shall learn the meaning of bull market and how it differs from bear market. I know these terms, if you are new in this digital world, you'll be asking yourself, these are animals, bull and bear. So what have they got to do with, digital assets or crypto? So we are going to learn about these terms today. Then the signs that show that bull market is starting, the reasons cryptocurrencies rise at times of bull market, and amongst other things we're going to be grabbing today. So again, to expand on this topic, we have two marvelous, two great guests with us. The first, Mr. Moses Obaje, aka AI Prof, or the Professor of Artificial Intelligence. He is a DAMA instructor. You are welcome, Mr. Obaje.
Thank you, Mr. Tuchuku. It's happy being with you this morning.
All right, happy to meet you again. Then we also have Mrs. Shiphra Poloma, who is also an instructor in the academy. Mrs. Shiphra Poloma, you are welcome. Let's get now. I think let me start with Mr. Obaje. Today we are having a fresh topic altogether, and some of us who are novice in this field might not know the term bull market. So we would like you to tell us the meaning of bull market in cryptocurrency.
All right, good morning, listeners globally, and welcome to another session. Rightly mentioned, my name is Moses Obaje from Digital Assets Management Academy. Thank you, Mr. Tochukwu. Looking at what is bull markets. With regards to cryptocurrency and also as well as traditional finance, a bull market simply refers to a sustained period of rise in prices from a lower price to a higher price. It reflects widespread optimism. Now, there is increased investor confidence when there is a rise in prices. And then there's this expectation that prices will continue to rise. So whenever you see a continuous rise in price of a certain currency or a certain digital asset, it is called bull market run. And that is why in the crypto space, they call it, you don't hear bull market most of the times, you hear it, they call it bull run. That means there is a kind of a run on the price of these digital assets sporadically, and it's a continuum over a specified period of time. And also, uh, when we talk of the bull market, it is characterized by certain features. There are certain features that shows you that yes, the bull is on the run. Despite the fact that you see, when we talk of bull and bear, it talks of the stronger animal and an animal that is not as strong as the bull, which is the bear. So one of the key characteristics that you will discover in the bull market is, number one, I talked about rising prices, a continuous rise in price over time. The value of major cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, like uh, Bitcoin, like alternative coins that we call altcoins steadily increases. And another characteristic is that there is high trading volume. More people are buying, more people are trading, and so they are driving continuous activity on the cryptocurrency exchanges, be it the centralized or decentralized exchanges. And also, one of the characteristics again is positive sentiment, because the news media, the social media are filled with optimism.
Hello? Mr. Obaje, is the network from your side or from mine? Okay.
People are
Continue.
scared of missing out. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you. Continue, sir.
All right, thank you. People are afraid of missing out of this opportunity where they see that the market is rising, or what people say, the market is pumping. The market is pumping. That means there's a continuous increase in the price. So, and then because of that, there is this increase in investments. People tend to go into the market with high sums, trying to invest so they can make a maximum use of this period that is called the bull run period. So there is this institutional and retail investors that pour more money into the market space. And then we have new highs. What do I mean by new highs? Assets often reach their all-time highs, or they recover significantly from previous lows. Now, for instance, like we all know at the moment, Bitcoin is on the rise. All right, it's on the rise. There are
Mr. Obaje, are you still there? Oh, I believe the network issue is from your side. But let's move on until we have you back. This is Shiphra Poloma. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. The AI Prof has introduced this topic, bull and bear. Okay, let me say the bull, which he said that it is the rise, continuous rise in prices of digital assets, cryptocurrencies over time. Now, I want you to throw more light on this bull market in relation to the bear market.
Okay, thank you, Tochukwu, for having us this morning. The bull market and the bear market are two different scenarios. There are two different market conditions. They are characterized by the overall trend and sentiment of the financial markets. whether it's in the crypto world or in the traditional financial world. They are they are the same. And this includes the cryptocurrency market as well. So a bull market, as Prof rightly said, indicates rising in price. The price rises, steadily increasing prices over a prolonged period of time. And in a bull market, like he said, there's always investor optimism. Why? Because the market is rising and there's increase in buying by investors. So there's more buyers than sellers because everybody wants to have a grasp of that particular token or crypto. And then the economic growth as well is often associated with a strong economy. There's low unemployment and the consumer indices has risen. You know, the spending of the consumer rises. These are the scenarios we find in a bear market. Whereas in a bull market, there's the prices are falling, not rising as in the bull market. Whereas the investor is pessimistic because there's this fear that I'm going to lose because the prices are falling. And then you discover that there's increase in sales because some people fear they might lose more. So they tend to sell faster so that they will manage their losses. I mean, the losses will become less for them because these are just fears. And then we discover that when there's economic downturn, generally, the bear market sets in. And as far as we're concerned, the key differences are in the price trend, bull rising, and bear falling. That's what marks the bull market, differentiates the two of them. Then the investor sentiment as well. In the bull market, the investor sentiment is optimistic. Why? Because he feels the price will continue to rise and he will gain more value for his assets. Whereas in the bear market, there's pessimism. There's this fear that I wouldn't want to lose beyond what I'm paying the price now dwindling or falling. And then you discover that in both the market activity, whereas this one is rising, this one is selling. So the activity will typically increase in the bull market, whereas it drops in the bear market. So understanding these differences between the bull and the bear market can help an investor to make informed decisions and then navigate through these complexities that we find in the financial markets. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Poloma. So far, you have explained that bull market signal rising prices and optimism. A bear market is the opposite, showing falling prices and fear dominates. Knowing the difference is the key to knowing how to invest the market. I think that's what Mrs. Shiphra Poloma explains to us. Now, that's a great foundation. Now, we know the beasts we are dealing with, but how do we sense it's coming? Mr. Obaje, what signs shows that a bull market
Network.
I think he has been knocked out by
network.
network.
Yeah.
But I think he was asking a question about the bull market. Uh, let me try and see if I can do justice. Still, since he's still talking about the bull market. Yes, Mr. Ibrahim, I think you are back. Can you rephrase your question, please, if you can hear me? I think we still lost him.
We still lost him. I think we've lost him.
I think looking at what bull run stands to be, people need to know when the bull is about to start running. Because I think that's the line of question he was trying to come up with. Because spotting the early signs of a bull market in the crypto market space can help an investor or a person position himself or herself for potential gains. So based on that, we will look at some common indicators that a bull market is about to start, because there are signs that will surely show forth before even the bull market shows up. So one of those signs that if you are coming in to get higher gains, or you are coming in as an investor and you feel you are waiting for the bull market before you invest, these are some of the things that you need to look out for that indicates that the bull market is about to begin, that the bull run is about to commence. And number one thing is when you begin to see higher highs and higher lows in the market structure. Now, when price charts start forming upward trends, remember we said the bull is when there is a continuous upward trend in prices of these digital assets. So when you begin to see price charts start forming upward trend, meaning each price rally towards an all-time new high. Let's take a case study. Let's assume Bitcoin is on $80,000, for example. And then you begin to see Bitcoin moves from 80,000 to 81 to 85, 90, 100, 101. Now, this simply means that Bitcoin is trying to reach a new high, a new height in price. And when it reaches a new high, even if there is a dip, remember I said $80,000. Let's assume there is a dip and then the market dips. All right, that means the market is now becoming bearish and it dips to $85,000. Remember, it peaked from $80,000 and it moved up to maybe $101,000, and then it decides to retrace. It decides to dip and it dips back to about $85,000. Remember, it did not go back to 80,000 where it started from. It came to 85 and then began to rise again. Now, this indicates strong buying pressure and trend reversal from a bearish phase. It has reached an all-time high. It has retraced, but it did not fall back to the initial point where it started increasing to get to that all-time high. This is a sign that the bull market is about to take effect. That's number one. Number two, now there's what we call resistance level. When there's a certain point where you see that there's that stability in the price of the digital assets. It doesn't go all high, it doesn't go all low, it's a bit stable. Now, that's what we call the resistance level. But when you see a breakout of key resistance level, let's say, for instance, Bitcoin stays on that resistance level for months. It has been between 101, 102, 100. That's the resistance level. But when it breaks out of that resistance level and begin to shoot upwards, all right, above a long-term resistance level, it often signals the start of bullish momentum. It is at that moment, it is showing you an example. Now let's say Bitcoin has been on that price for months. Let's say $80,000 for months. Okay, it has been on that resistance level. Then afterwards, it pulls out of that resistance level of $80,000 and you find it at $100,000. It's a sign that the bull market is about to begin. That being said, now there is also increased volume on green candles. We have the green candles, we have the red candles. That's another trading for another day, which so shows the bull and the bearish. All right? The green shows the bull, while the red shows the bear. So rising prices, when you see prices are rising and it is backed up by strong trading volumes, that you see enough of trading volumes on exchanges, this shows that there is real demand for these digital assets. And so because of that, you will see that low volume pumps, the level of the bear market begins to fizzle. It begins to get to its own resistance level, all right? That you don't see dumps. You don't see cryptocurrencies or digital assets being bearish, dipping in the market. This confirms that there is volume strength in the market. And this is also another signal that the bullish market is about to commence. And number four, note that Bitcoin, who is the father, who is the first cryptocurrency in the world, starts the bull market first. Once Bitcoin shows sustained growth, other coins, Ethereum and major altcoins, Binance, Solana, and what have you, they later follow. And after them, other smaller cap coins, which we call them altcoins, also begin to follow. And that's why we have what we call the alt season. From Bitcoin to other coins that are growing in the market, like Ethereum, Solana, Binance, and the rest. And then other smaller coins and tokens follow suit. These are signs that the bull market is around the corner. So, and number five, there's this surge in positive sentiment. Will I say, like, fear and greed index. Now, fear, from fear to neutral or to greed, because you hear news on social media, from news outlets, from influencers, they become more optimistic about the market, saying things that are positive about the market. So there is that surge in positive sentiments with regards the market. When you hear such positive sentiments, it's also another sign that the bullish market is about to commence. For those who may not really understand what I'm saying by bullish market, in the crypto space, they use bull run. They use bull run, okay? And then number 6, we have institutional interest and adoption. More headlines about institutions investing will come in. You hear institutions like BlackRock, like MicroStrategy, making noise about the market. You see new crypto custodians, you see new technological partnerships. This all signals growing confidence in the market. And when you see a growing confidence in the market, this shows that the bullish market is also taking into place. And then, number 7, you see on-chain activity rising. You will see increase in the number of active addresses. New addresses come into the market space and they are active. You will see transaction volume is increasing. You will see new wallets are being created. This suggests that organic network growth and user demand is also increasing. This is a sign that the bullish market is about to take place. Then you see when you see stable coins flowing into exchanges, most especially centralized exchanges, when large amounts of stable coins like USDT, USDC are moved to exchanges, it often means that investors are preparing to buy. They are preparing to buy digital assets. These are signs that the bullish market is about to start, is around the corner. And then mining and hash rate recovering. Mining, when you see the rising hash rates for Bitcoin, it shows that miners are confident in long-term profitability. When you see the hash, that means there's increased mining going on. This shows that the miners are so confident that this market is going to be profitable. So let me put in more effort so I can get more coins that I can send into the market so I can make better profits. It's just like, if you could remember, there is this tap of a thing that people tap on their phone in the name of mining. The first Telegram mining was, I think, Notcoin. When Notcoin launched, and a lot of people made hundreds of thousands of dollars, some made millions of dollars from Notcoin. Everybody, most especially where I come from, Nigeria, everybody began to mine. Everybody began tapping. All right, everybody. I'm from the far north. You see even a Fulani man having a phone and he's tapping. All right, because he feels that, oh, at the end, this market is going to pay off. So also, this happens in the bullish market. When you see some antecedents, it shows you that the bull is about to run. And finally, when you see mainstream media coverage resuming with regards to digital assets, when you see renewed coverage on CNN, CNBC, BBC, Bloomberg, which often coincides, note it coincides with the start of a bull phase. So, mass awareness typically returns after smart money has entered. You see that there will be mass awareness because a lot of people are now thinking, okay, where do I put in my money? What will be the outcome? People get more knowledge. People become more aware of the market. Now that blockchain, digital assets, and cryptocurrencies are changing the narrative technologically, I want to tell you that the awareness will always be on the high. Thank you. This is a little brief of how you can see signs that the bull market is about to commence. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Obaje. The signs are there, and also the excitement builds. But what fuels this fire? Mrs. Poloma, why do prices of crypto assets rise during a
We've lost Mr. Ibrahim.
Network challenges.
Yes. But I think he's trying to ask why assets, the crypto asset rise during a bull run. But he couldn't continue. If I got him right, I think Mr. Ibrahim is trying to ask why crypto assets prices rise during a bull market. Well, there are several factors that make prices to rise during a bull market. Principally, the key drivers that we see in a bull that drives the bull market is increased in demand. You'll find more buyers entering the market, driving up the demand, and as well the price and the value increases. Then secondly, like I said earlier, investor optimism. Because of the positive sentiments and confidence in the market's potential, this leads to increased investments because everybody now feels and knows that when I buy, the value of my asset will certainly increase and I'll make more gains and more profit. Thirdly, those sitting on the bench, earlier on, will not want to miss out. So we have the fear of missing out, that's what we call FOMO in the crypto world. So as prices rise, more investors don't want to miss out on this potential gain. So we'll see the prices of, the buying of these assets keeps increasing. These are some of the key drivers. And number 4, there are some tokens. Many cryptocurrencies have limited supply. For example, Bitcoin has only 21 million. So people, it can contribute to the price increases as demand grows because there are more buyers and the assets, that very particular crypto is few. People rush in to buy. So it increases the demand because the supply is limited. And then thirdly, as Prof rightly said earlier, when there's media hula baloo, media coverage, there's positive media coverage and hype, it attracts investors. And then it fuels price increase. Because everybody now, because of the news he has had, everyone will want to key in as soon as possible, especially those that have earlier on been sitting on the fence. And then Prof equally mentioned earlier, institutional investments. There's growing interest from institutional investors, such as hedge funds and corporations. It drives price increase. For example, here in Nigeria, crypto has just been legalized. So obviously, the fear earlier on about regulation and then the restrictions in the use of crypto has been lifted. So now many people are beginning to gain more knowledge and then feel there's need for them to be in this space as well. Then number 7, speculation. when investors speculate on future price increase, this drives up the prices in anticipation of a potential gain, because everybody wouldn't want to miss out on being in the market and then getting value for their investment. We equally have what we call market dynamics. Prices increase leads to more people buying. When there's a positive feedback, people that have entered the market earlier are now showing that, the value of the assets they bought has increased. So obviously, people now will want to enter the market so that they too will enjoy from this price that is being driven up further. And then we have what we call header mentality. We're talking about the bulls and the bears. So we have herd mentality. Investors follow the crowd. That's just it. When there's so much noise about people, just like he gave us an example of when people were tapping Notcoin. When immediately, people got the Notcoin now was released and people got money, made something substantial out of it. Everybody now rushed to be doing tap, 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 tap. The same thing happens in this space. Once there's this harder, everybody wants to belong. Everybody wants to be part of the buying assets, because they have seen that others that are in the space are showing maximum profit, or their assets is giving them maximum value. So these factors contribute, and then they create a self-enforcing circle that drives prices up during a bull market. So I think that's much I can say about the key drivers in a bull market. Thank you. I don't know if Tochukwu is back, or Prof, you have any more to add to what I've said?
Well, I think you've spoken well, Digital Mama. The only thing I will just want to add there is, remember of the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving, it also contributes because the number of coins that are being mined into the market is slashed by half, thereby causing scarcity in the market. And once there is scarcity of a commodity, the price tends to increase. Naturally, once there is that scarcity of a commodity in the market, no matter how cheap that commodity is, the commodity will begin to appreciate in value. So it's also a sign when you hear of Bitcoin halving, who is the father of all coins, note that it's also a sign that the bull is about to run. Note that. Let us have that knowledge also that the bull is about to run. So Bitcoin halving also contributes, whereby immediately people hear of Bitcoin halving, a lot of people are ready, getting prepared to jump into the market, knowing fully well that the bull market will run. And by so doing, this also increases optimism that will make the prices of digital assets to continue to skyrocket over time. So that's what I have to contribute also. The quantity of, just like you made mention, the quantity also matters. Now, the quantity that is pumped into the market now has reduced. Like we rightly know, not all Bitcoin is in circulation out of the 21 billion. And what is being pumped into the market to continue circulating is just little compared to how it used to come before. So it will surely cause scarcity and increase in price. That's my little contribution. Thank you.
I think we've still lost Tochukwu and I can't see them online. So they are still not back. Our uncle. Yes. I think they are struggling with network. Tochukwu is back.
All right. Please, I'm sorry for the break in the network. The weather here is not so clement, so I apologize. I believe you have done justice to the last question, Mrs. Shiphra Poloma. But I would like to ask this bull market in crypto before and what happened. Hope you heard that. Mr. Obaje, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you come again, please?
Okay. Okay. People would like to know if this scenario has taken place in the past, like the bull market, and what happened. What happened in
Okay,
the past?
okay. I now get you right. Yes. In fact, there have been several bull markets in the crypto history.
Sure.
And each of the bull market had a huge impact on prices. It had a huge impact on investor behavior. It had a huge impact on public awareness. Now, the first bull market happened in 2013, where Bitcoin rose from $13 in January 2013 to over $1,100 in December 2013. You can see from $13 in January to $1,100 by December, which means the bull has run. Now, this was the first major crypto bull run, which was driven by early adopters, those who adopted the coin early, by enthusiasts, and some little media attention as at that time. And what were the key drivers to this? Number one, increased use of Bitcoin as a payment method. When people discovered that it can serve as a means of exchange, it became a key driver. Now, also we had a launch of early crypto exchanges where you can exchange your cryptocurrencies for another cryptocurrency or for from digital asset to a physical or fiat assets. And also another key driver was that rising curiosity and speculation about the market. Now, what followed? Now, it was bullish in 2013, but in early 2014, there was a sharp crash. That was what happened. In 2013, it was bullish. At the end of 2013, but early 2014, it now became time was because of the collapse of the biggest exchange. The biggest exchange as at that time was GOX. MT GOX. I don't think that exchange is still in existence. Now, immediately it had a crash. The market became bearish. And it became a multi-year bear market. A multi-year bear market because it never got to that all-time high again, year after year. Then after 4 years, that's 2017, now Bitcoin now surged. Remember, the all-time high of Bitcoin in 2013 was $1,100. Now in 2017, remember I said it was a multi-year bearish. In 2017, now Bitcoin surged from $1,000 in January to nearly $20,000 in December. This is another bull market. This was, we call it the initial coin offering boom. Ethereum rose from $8 to over $1,400, and hundreds of new altcoins, alternative coins, and initial coin offerings flooded the market. Now remember, the market in its bearish form came to $1,000. From that $1,000, it moved to nearly $20,000. Now, what were the key drivers? There was serious hype around blockchain and decentralization. People began to understand blockchain and decentralization in comparison with centralization. And because of that, there was massive retail investor inflow who want to buy and to sell so that they can also make something out of it. There was this also initial coin offering fundraising mania, where before a coin is being launched, they raise funds in preparation of the launch of that coin so that they can be able to do enough marketing strategies and more technical analysis, the technicalities involved in making that blockchain succeed. So these were the key drivers. But what followed after 2017? In 2018, we call it the crypto winter. We call it the crypto winter. Bitcoin fell, I think, approximately 85%. 85%. Ethereum lost over 90% of its value. And because of that, many scammy projects were exposed. There were a lot of scams because people are becoming more knowledgeable, understanding the use, all right, the importance of blockchain and cryptocurrency. And you know, mankind, since they are seeing the positivity, people are also trying to see how they can use that as an advent to cheat on others. So many scam projects were exposed, leading to tighter regulations. It became a scenario whereby exchanges, blockchains were looking at a better security for their projects and a better way to regulate the activities of projects so that scams can be reduced to the barest minimal. That was what happened in 2018. Now let's look at another bull run, because I said there are a series of bull runs that took place. Now, in 2020 to 2021 was another bull year. And it was, we call it decentralized finance and non-fungible tokens boom. What happened? Bitcoin rose. You know, that means there was this multiple year bear, all right, that it never got to an all-time high that is close to 20,000. But in 2020, between 2020 and 2021, in mid-2020, Bitcoin rose from $10,000 to an all-time high of $69,000 in November 2021. From mid-2020, $10,000, and to the end of 2021, it was about $69,000. Ethereum surged from about $200 to about $4,800. Alternate coins, decentralized finance, NFTs, and metaverse tokens exploded in value. and a lot of millionaires and billionaires were made. Those who were able to hold. What were the key drivers as at that point? We had institutional investment, e.g., we had Tesla came in, MicroStrategy came in, Grayscale came into the market. These are institutions that came into the market. There was growth in decentralized finance platforms. We had the non-fungible tokens boom, where we had CryptoPunks. And then it was the pandemic era money printing and low interest rates. So these were the key drivers that made the digital assets to skyrocket in price as at that point in time. But also, what happened? Because that was the question you asked me. In 2022, there was also a major crash. There was also a major crash in the prices of digital assets. And this was because there was what was called the global economic tightening. Global economic tightening, which caused a dip, made the market to return to bear. But as we speak today, the market has picked up from 2022 till this time. All right? And I think something big is coming into play very soon with the trends we are seeing with regards to all these analyses that makes the market bullish. So thank you, Mr. Tochukwu, for this opportunity. These are the little I can say, because that was the last bull run we experienced. It was experienced in 2021. Thank you.
Expose. Now, when do experts think the next bull market might happen? And why? I think that is for Mrs. Poloma.
All right. Thank you, Coach. The experts predict the bull run, the next crypto bull run, that it could peak in the late 2025, driven by several factors. We are now in the second quarter of the year, and their prediction is that it could peak. It could peak. Mark my word, peaking. It could peak by the second, late 2025, based on these key drivers. One, institutional investment. There's growing interest from large financial institutions and corporations. This potentially is fueled by clearer regulations and the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs. We equally have technology. I earlier on mentioned that crypto has been legalized in Nigeria. And obviously, key players will come into being. We saw, we can even see with the election of President Trump, you know, Trump is trying to make America the crypto, you know, hub of the world. So obviously, with this institutional investments coming in, obviously, the experts feel that the market is certainly going to peak. Then we have what we call technological advancement. There are new innovations in the blockchain. We have the DeFi and the NFTs, and also the trending artificial intelligence. All this will attract definitely new users and investors. And as Prof earlier said, the Bitcoin halving. Historically, Bitcoin prices have surged after every halving event. As we all know, halving occurs approximately every 4 years. So the halving just took place 2024. And so obviously that peaking will is the space, the crypto space is picking up. Then we have regulatory clarity. I will cite my space here in Nigeria that Bitcoin has been, cryptocurrency has been legalized. Obviously, clearer rules and guidelines for the cryptocurrency industry will certainly increase the confidence of investors. Why? Because they feel now it is legalized. So obviously they will key into it. And then because they are now beginning to have confidence in the blockchain industry. There we have market predictions as well. The market is predicted by some analysts, and they forecast that Bitcoin could reach $114,000 to $120,000. And we could see of recent, Bitcoin rose to at least $110. So it's not far-fetched. While others are predicting a potential rise to $175,000 in the second half, which we are in now of 2025. Also, the rise in growth of alternative coins, which we call altcoins like Ethereum, Binance, Solana, Cardano, and their likes. They might experience significant growth. And it is obvious that some of them will outperform Bitcoin. Why? Because this Bitcoin market cap is in trillions. You understand? So the increase in value, when you look at the percentages, some of these altcoins will outperform Bitcoin based on the percentages they will have, because their market caps are still low. And important considerations that we have to look out for is the market volatility. Cryptocurrency market is highly unpredictable, and past performance does not guarantee future results, not at all. Why? Because probably in the previous bull runs and the markets that there were bull runs, the coins and the tokens in the market are not as much as what we have now. There are more tokens, more coins in the market. Every minute, somebody creates a token or a coin. So there's, the market is, the volume of tokens and coins coming in is voluminous. So we do not expect to have a guaranteed, result as we had in the previous market runs. Bull runs. And then one other thing for us to make considerable consideration is risk management. Investors have to be very, very cautious to manage their risk appetite. So one is expected to consider diversifying their portfolios to mitigate potential loss. So don't put your eggs all in one basket. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Insightful enlightenment. Mr. Obaje, let's bring it home. What advice do you have for the listeners who are watching and wondering, should I enter, hold back, or learn more?
Mr. Ibrahim, that's a tough one. All right. For listeners, those of you sitting on the fence, from indications, from all indications, the bull is about to run. The bull is about to run. All right. Bitcoin halving has already taken place. All right. The hype is already going on. Just like Digital Mama has already talked about artificial intelligence, investments coming in even from governments, you can see that Bitcoin is already rising and it has not fallen back to its all-time low since the rise has begun, which is a sign that the bull is about to run. So you that is sitting on the fence thinking, let me see the bull start running before I enter. Let me tell you one shocking thing. The bull run that we've seen in the past will not be the same type of bull run we're going to see this time around. In fact, the bull will come and run without some people even knowing. Yes. Why? Because of lack of knowledge. So one thing that people need to acquire now is the knowledge. Get the knowledge so that when the bull is running, you will have you are prepared knowledge-wise that yes, it has come. And gentlemen, like I said, the bull run is going to shock a lot of people this year. Another thing is, when you hear bull run, I think we made analysis with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and the likes of them. Listen and listen good. The type of money that were made from these coins in the previous years can never be made in this year's bull run. Hear me and hear me good. So even if you are to enter the market, where are you heading to? That is one thing. What are you looking for? Are you coming in as an investor or you are coming in as a retailer? Retailers look for money for bread and tea, while investors look for generational wealth. In fact, in those who do business does not make you wealthy. Know this. Business does not make you wealthy, but investments makes you wealthy. So those of you who are thinking, oh, I might come in as a retailer, you are doing yourself no good. So think entering into the market as an investor. And so while you are even entering the market, my advice is do not look for all these big bulls. Bitcoin is over fat. Bitcoin is too big. Ethereum also is too big. There are some altcoins that are too big for you to go and invest there. Let me break it down. Let's use Bitcoin. The market capitalization of Bitcoin is over $1 trillion. About $2 trillion. That's the market cap of Bitcoin as we speak. Now, let's break it down. Let's assume you are an investor and you want to invest in Bitcoin and you come in with $1,000. With $1,000. And you want to make 10x of your money, 10 times your money, you are looking for $10,000 from $1,000. You're looking for $10,000 and you invest $1,000 in Bitcoin, hoping that at the end of the bull run, Bitcoin should give you $10,000. Now, let me shock you. Before Bitcoin will give you $10,000, the market capitalization of Bitcoin should move from $2 trillion to $20 trillion. From $2 trillion to $20 trillion. Gentlemen and ladies, I don't see that coming in this bull run. Even the next bull run. Yes, the crypto space is unpredictable, but I don't see that coming soon. So if you are looking, this is just 10x. You are looking for 10x. 10x cannot give you generational wealth. You put in $10 and you are looking for $100, you can't get it in that type of market. Number two, look for assets that are community backed. Assets that have a community backing. I'm not here to promote body scan AI, but after the advent of body scan AI getting into the market, a community picked it up and are 110% backing that token. I bet you that token will shock a lot of people during the bull run. There are a lot of little tokens. Look at tokens that have very low market capitalization. Let's assume you get a token that has 100,000 market capitalization. By the time it hits $1 million market capitalization, you've done 10x. By the time it hits $10 million market capitalization, you've done 100x. By the time it hits $100 million market capitalization, you've done 1,000x. Put $100, you've made $100,000. From $100 to $1,000. Is that not amazing? So get knowledge, and that's why DAMA Academy is out there to offer you this knowledge for free. For free. So you can get this real-time market analysis, get strategies that are working. So market capitalization, community-backed projects are very key for this bull run. But if you think you are looking at the bigger bulls, put a young, smart bull and a big bull, a large bull in size, and a young bull, put them to race and find out who will win. All that the young bull needs is just a little food. And I tell you, no matter how well you feed the big bull, it can never outrun the smart bull because it is still energetic. It is still coming up. But the big bull is already fat, so it will be hard for it to run. So if you are looking for a bullish market, look at market capitalization. Look at the community that is backing that project. Is there a community backing it? And what is the use case? Digital Mama made mention of the AI narrative, artificial intelligence narrative coins. Please let me stop here. Let Mama talk. You understand? These are things that if I begin to talk, I can spend the next 30 minutes without finishing. Mama, please talk. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Obaje. All right. Let's hear from, okay. This is Poloma. You can continue.
Okay. All right. Just as Prof has earlier mentioned, in addition to what he has said, look out for technological advancement that is the reigning, trending technology that is reigning, which is artificial intelligence. Tokens found on the artificial intelligence that have earlier mentioned characteristics stand a good chance of giving one wealth. Just like he mentioned, body scan AI. we discovered that body scan AI runs on artificial intelligence, which is a trending technology at the moment. So tokens or coins like that will definitely give you the desired effect. Why? Because they are low cap. They have come to solve an issue, a problem that cuts across the entire human race. That's health. So whatever you're doing, these are the type of coins or tokens that one should key into. Another thing is that ensure that that very particular token, just like we have body scan AI, it has been audited by Celtic. So it's audited, it's immutable, you understand? And then the community behind this very particular project. Once there's a good community, the narration is good. And then remember that there has to be a social media interaction between the developers and the community. They must have synergy, you understand? So that's what makes a token that will bull in this bull run. And obviously, as Prof has already enlightened us, these are a few out of the many, checklists that we have for this bull run. And as he said earlier, DAMA Academy is here to give knowledge to everyone that cares to be on this space. This knowledge is given in DAMA Academy. And we love people to be on DAMA Academy, to be able to participate, to learn more, to gain skills on how to navigate in this space. More so, as we rightly said earlier, the bull run will peak, has started picking up in this second half of the year. And we said by the late 2025, this bull, we'll see it running. But then not the bigger bulls that are already tired, but those that we discover that have these characteristics of a good gem. That's where we put our money in. And at the moment, most of us have keyed into body scan AI because it fits into that narrative perfectly. And any other point. Solana too is good. For one, to, when you buy Solana now, you invest in Solana, you are sure going to get a good return on your investment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Poloma. Now to our most powerful voice, the audience. It's time for question. Wherever you're watching from, drop your question in the chat or raise your digital hand. Time for question.
I don't think anyone has a question.
All right. I think with that, if there is no question, we'll draw the curtain from here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of today's insightful session on cryptocurrency. What is a bull market and when will it come? We trust you're living with a clearer understanding of what the bull market truly is. Not just a time of hype and price surge, but a strategic window that rewards preparation, knowledge, and patience. Special thanks to our dynamic speakers, Mr. Moses Obaje, our AI prof, and Mrs. Shiphra Poloma, the digital mama, for simply bringing complex trends and equipping us with the tools to recognize the signals, avoid the noise, and prepare wisely. As always, we are grateful to our sponsors, Diaspora Digital Media DDM and Digital Assets Management Academy, DAMA, based in Garki, Abuja. DAMA continue to be a leader in shaping the next generation of blockchain savvy professionals, offering hands-on training in cryptocurrency, AI, and decentralized finance. Enrollment is open, and if you're serious about building a future in the digital economy, DAMA is the right place to begin or to level up. Thank you for joining us. Until next week on Blockchain World, stay informed, stay ready, and remember, the bull market doesn't reward those who wait. It rewards those who prepare. Goodbye and take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Digital AI Prof and Mrs. Poloma. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very
Bye
much
and
for
out.
having me. Bye. Mm.
Bye.
Bye.
Poloma.
Bye. Bye.
Fire to the moon.
Bye.
Body scan to the moon.
Make sure you buy and hold on.
Body scan to the moon.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, Mami Poloma and AI Prof. Well done.